spokes of a wheel turning. Sometimes a particular spoke is up on the top, sometimes it's going down below. But when a wheel is turning very fast, what difference does it make? Whether you're up there or down there, you're going to be in the next station in just a split second. And our life is like that. Even 100 years lifespan is not really very fast, but it's very consequential. That says Prahlad Maharaj. This is the flip side. Tadapya dhruvam arthadam. It can give you positive arthas, it can give you negative arthas. Anartha. So, if we associate with a bona fide spiritual master, because there are many bogus so-called spiritual masters that we might choose from, but if we associate with a bona fide spiritual master and abide by the rules and regulations, by his rules, it says. Notice, poetry, every word counts. One of my professors in college told me, we were talking about one poem by Ashwaghosh, Buddha Charita. He said, every api, every cha means something. Every little article, every little pronoun, it all has a purpose in poetry. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada told us that when he was writing his books, he chose his words very, very, very carefully. So we are safe to assume here, I think, that if Srila Prabhupada says that if one has a bona fide spiritual master and abides by his rules and the regulations of the scripture, then we have a chance of changing our nature from mode-based nature and mode-based faith to really spiritual nature and spiritual faith. Is everybody following what this means? There's a lot of distraction. So the meaning, the teachings of the scripture have to be followed, but those teachings are arbitrated by the vision, by the enlightened perspective of a bona fide spiritual master. Because Shrutayo Vivinna, the scriptures are very many. Tartako Apratishta, everybody argues his opinion very vociferously. Where's the conclusion? It has to rest in the spiritual master, the Acharya, who's representing a bona fide tradition. He is the person who has the prerogative to arbitrate the meaning of the Shastra according to time, place, and circumstance. Therefore, if we follow his rules and the regulations of scriptures, these are two separate entities, although not necessarily unharmonious entities, then we have a chance. So gradually one can change his position from ignorance to goodness or from passion to goodness. The conclusion. How long can we go? Time to conclude. The conclusion, Prabhupada writes, is that blind faith in a particular mode of nature cannot help a person become elevated to the perfectional stage. Don't just unquestioningly accept what you hear from anybody and everybody. Human life means you're asking questions. Tato Brahma Jignasa. Don't just accept what your grandmother tells you, or don't just accept even what we tell you. Enter into this. Read Bhagavad Gita. Pray for guidance. Chant Hare Krishna. Everything will come if you are sincere. This is the point. So one has to consider things very carefully. Prabhupada concludes, with intelligence, in the association of a bona fide spiritual master. We're not suggesting that everyone speculate independently. You have to get guidance, but it has to be proper, bona fide guidance. This is of the utmost importance. Therefore, it's stated a few times here. Thus, one can change his position to a higher mode of nature, or one can go beyond these modes of nature altogether. That's even better. So I'll stop here. Anybody have any questions or comments, or do we have